Welcome back. And if you remember, we have a very special letter we've been talking about, and it starts and it looks like this one right here. Do you see it? Z, 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 Z. And yesterday we talked about taking a trip to the zoo. That's right. We were going to take a trip to the zoo and we were going to see some zebras. Did you help that zebra get his stripes back? And did you draw your favorite zoo animal? Well, I thought it would be a lot of fun to read this really cute story called Dear Zoo. And it says Rod Campbell. Who is Rod Campbell? You're right, the author. And we know that author writes the story. Author writes the story. Author writes the story. That's why he came first. And then I'm going to open it up, maybe. Come on. And we're going to start with I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet, and they sent me. Ready? What did they send? 1, 2, 3. What is that? An elephant. Oh my goodness. Do you have room in your house for an elephant? Maybe your backyard. He was too big. So I sent him back. Oh, well, I don't blame you. That is a really, really big animal, don't you think? Oh, so we sent him back. So they sent me a. Do you want to take a guess what this one might be? It's so big it won't even fit in the box. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. There's the rest of him. What was that? You're right. A giraffe. Do you have room in your house for a giraffe? I mean, room enough that he's not going to bonk his head? Oh, you're right. He was too tall, so I sent him back. So they sent me, uh-oh, can you see through the slats of that box? What do you think it is? What is it? A lion? Oh my goodness, do you have enough room in your house to stay safe from a lion? Oh, well, I guess we'd have to all pray like Daniel for that lion to keep his mouth shut, but it's not. I don't think that's very safe. He was too fierce, so I sent him back. So they sent me, can you see who's peeking out from that box? Camel? Do you want a camel in your house? Oh my goodness, you have room for a camel in your house? He was too grumpy, so I sent him back. So they sent me I can't tell. Do you want to take a guess what might be in there? It's in a basket. Do you think something that might be able to crawl out of a box? So they put him in a basket instead? Did you have a good guess? And it is wow! What is that? A snake? Psst, yikes! He was too scary. So I sent him back. Oh, I don't want a snake. So they sent me who's peeking out of the box? They sent a monkey. What? No, he was too naughty. So I sent him back. So they sent me I wonder what's in here. Want to take another guess? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What? A frog. He was too jumpy, so I sent him back. No frogs in the house. He wouldn't even stay in the bathtub. So they thought very hard and sent me a what did they send? A puppy? He was perfect. So I kept him. Aww, a puppy. That sounds fun. Do you have a puppy at home? You have a cat? What? I think that's exciting. So here we had Dear Zoo. And we know that zoo starts with the letter Z. Good job. So it is time for you to make your letter Z. Here he is. And remember, we start our letters where? From the top, from the top, from the top, 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 from the top, from the top, from the top, 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 from the top, from the top, from the top, top, top. We start our letters from the top. And so we start with one line, short line over, our diagonal line down, and one short line back. And if you see, it's all, follow those arrows. Remember, follow the arrows. We don't stop. We just keep going. So we go over, stop, down, stop, over, stop. We don't have to restart. We don't have to go back to the top. We just keep going. And if you notice, just like yesterday, these poor zebras keep losing their stripes. So he needs his stripes again. Could you help this zebra get his stripes back? And after you've given him his stripes back, then go ahead and make the letter Z. Good job. And I bet you'll have space on the back of your paper to practice your name and make your own letter Z's. Because by now, I know you are super, super great at making your very own letters. Because we've gone from A all the way to Z, 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 Z. How fun. So before you go and make the letter Z, I thought it would be fun to read another story about zoo animals. And here it is right there. What is that? Our zebra. And we are going to the zoo. So here we go with zoo animals. And here I am at the title page with this beautiful parrot. And guess what? He's going to turn the page to the, what is this? Elephant. You're right. Good job. Elephants are very big animals that live in the jungle. They have long noses called trunks. And elephants use their trunks to squirt water into their mouths and pull down leafy branches to eat. So here is his trunk. And here is his tusk, and there is his big ear. Can you have an elephant ear? Do you have a big elephant ear? Oh, good job, good job. And here is his tail. Very nice job. Now, if he was here at the river, he could come down and put that long trunk into the water and get a good drink. Oh, lucky elephant. Now here, who was this guy? The camel, but they said he was really grumpy, so he sent him back, didn't he? So here is the camel, and camels live in hot, dry deserts. They carry people or heavy loads on long journeys. A camel can last for many days without food or drink of water. It stores its food in its hump. That's right, there's his hump. And here is his eye. Good job. And here is his, whoops, it's hiding back here, his tail. That's right, his tail. There he is. That's nice, camel. Aw. Now let's see, who do we have? Who's this guy? A monkey. Monkeys live high up in the treetops. They are good climbers. They use their strong arms to swing quickly from branch to branch. Monkeys eat fruits and plants and birds' eggs and insects, and they spend a lot of time grooming each other. So here's his ear. There's a picture of his ear. You can kind of see it right there. And here is his mouth. His mouth is closed in the picture, so they showed you a picture over here. And here's his very strong hand. Can you make your hand go? Oh, I know your hands are so much stronger than we started this year because we've been working so hard on them. And here is his, whoa, look at that long tail, so that he can go from branch to branch and sometimes even use his tail. Wow. Now here is our Z word, our zebra. There he is. And wild zebras live on hot, grassy plains. They have black and white striped coats, and the stripes make them difficult to see in the long grass. This helps them keep safe from fierce, hungry lions. And here is a picture of the zebra's ear. And it's hard to see him in the picture, isn't it? It's hard to see his ear up there. So there's what it looks like. And there is his hoof, just like a horse would have a hoof. A zebra has a hoof. Wow. Oh, and this is his mane. But his mane doesn't lay down like a horse's would, right? It stands straight up and it continues his stripes. Wouldn't keep you hidden if you couldn't keep your stripes, right? And after a zebra, oh, here is that parrot. There he is. Parrots are noisy birds that usually live in trees. Some parrots have bright, colorful feathers. They break open seeds and nuts with their strong beaks. And so here's his beak. Of course, we can see it over here pretty well, too. We can see it pretty good. And his tail, look at that beautiful long tail he has. And of course, he has beautifully colored feathers. How pretty. And careful, here is a tiger. Of course, this is just a tiger cub. Tigers are the largest and strongest cats. They live in the jungle. Tigers hunt many different animals. Usually they hunt at night. And look, he's licking his nose with his tongue. And he has fangs. If he yawned open or stretched out his mouth, you'd see he's got fangs with his teeth. And here, of course, is his tail hiding back here. So they show you a nice picture of his tail. And he's got big paws. My goodness, look at how big those paws are. Aww. And here's our snake. Snakes travel on their bellies and they use their tongues to smell the air and look for food. Some snakes eat insects and others eat rodents. And every once in a while, a snake will shed its outer layer of skin. Do you remember the day we got to feel the snake skin and how it felt and how we could see the scales? Do you remember that day? And there's his tongue. He does have his tongue hanging out, but not very close. It's kind of small to see. So they gave you a nice picture right there of his tongue and how it's got the two little forks for him to be able to smell out his food. Oh my goodness. And remember, they weren't scaly or they didn't feel slimy at all. They were actually very smooth, wasn't he? Oh, that was a fun day. And remember when we studied these guys? Who are they? That's right, they're penguins. Wild penguins live in cold, icy countries, and these birds cannot fly, but they can swim very fast. They move through the water using their short wings as paddles. Penguins dive into the sea to catch fish. And so you see his wing right there. It's more like a flipper, isn't it? So he can go, he doesn't fly with his wing, does he? He swims. That's right, you remember. Good job. And here's his foot. It's got webs in it so that he can be able to swim faster again. And then, of course, he's got to have that big, strong beak. There's our friend, the penguins. And I guess the penguins were the last in our story. Silly Mrs. Ryan. So that was zoo animals. So do you think that you'll be able to go and make your letter Z's now that we've studied more about zebras and zoo animals? I'm sure you can. So let's get those fingers ready to go. Here we go. And 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bubbles, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bubbles, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bubbles, 10 little bubbles go pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em at me. Pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em at you. Pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em back and forth. Pop, 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 pop. Pop 'em to the ceiling. Pop, pop, pop. Pop 'em to the floor. Pop, pop, pop. And play some air piano. And upside down. Good job. Now let's see what those silly bubbles are going to do. Okay, are you ready? I wonder where they'll go. I wonder if they'll go to the water. I wonder if you'll be able to catch any. Here we go. Oh, wow. They really did a nice job. They're going off into the water. The water is popping our bubbles. Ah, how much fun. I hope you were able to catch some. All right, you go work on making those letters Z's. And when we come back, I've got one more story and one more job for you to do with the letter Z today. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.